So here's the little piece of equipment I went to pick up. This is one of those brush cutter machines. I'm willing to bet she's probably trying to get it going so she can sell it. They had a landscaping business and not doing that anymore. She sold off some of the stuff that she could. And on this one, it has a battery that, it says rechargeable, non-spillable battery. And we charged it, ouch, sorry about that. We charged it with one of those little Walmart chargers. And so the red wire, I tested it with my light, by the way, and you can see that there's fire there. Don't know how much, but I guess we'll find out as we go along. So the red wire would go here, and the black wire would go here, and this thing here goes up to this ignition switch right here. Well, it's broken. This used to run into the back of that ignition switch, and it's got a little thing that looks like about like an old light bulb. And I think I'm guessing what happens when you turn that switch is it connects these two posts. So I'm thinking if I were to connect these two posts, and if everything else was working, like with a screwdriver, we should turn over. It should spin over. So it is not. Oh, I heard something. There you go. You hear that? So it spins over. What I'll do is I've got a battery pack in here. I'm guessing that little battery's not going to have enough fire to crank it, and I think she said the cost of those little batteries is so high. Of course, it has a pull start on it too, but she can't pull it. And like I say, I don't know if she's just trying to get it going to sell it or whether she actually wants to use it. But I've got my little jumper pack right here. I should be able to take that. And, excuse me. My little workspace here is kind of a mess. Of course, normally my workspace is perfectly in order, unlike Mr. Heavy Chevy, whose workspace is almost always a mess, as is Mr. 63 Impala two-door alias Wayland Wire. And guys, their workspaces are never in there. Just joking. So let's take and put this thing onto. Let's see how we can do this. If I put that, I don't know if I can get this onto that and then get that onto this. But if I can ground this side on that and get it to stay, and then hook this other side onto this, that's a little 12 volt, tiny little 12 volt battery. So if I can hook that side to this, and then I find this little wire and hit it. Maybe turn that on. Now let's see what happens. It must not have power to it. Not making a contact here. I suppose maybe I could take this wire, this thing here. Maybe if I took this thing and put this on one side. this other thing, put it on the other side. Well, that ain't working either. Got to be a better way. Got to be a better way. Take this thing apart. So it looks like if I had fire to these 2 points here, that may be what turns it over. We'll get me a little WD-40 and squirt on that. I think what I'll do is unstrap this thing and bring it in the barn. I'm sure I can find a more comfortable place to sit than on that tailgate there. Oh, joy. It's probably one of them times when having it up on a little table would be good. I think I'll put some shorts on too. It's already warm enough for it. Okay, so I went looking for a better place to work on this ad, and it seems like right up on the trailer right here is the best place. I'm sitting on a stool here, so this puts me about face level with that. And I oiled everything up here, and it's actually on that battery actually turning over some. See this? And I oiled this up, oiled that up. Boy, that got hot. Whew. So I had it spinning over anyway. It went do 2 or 3 times. Now it's I think there's just not enough battery here to work this thing. So something else I wanted to look at though, before time baby crank the lawnmower. You know, we've got that little electric lawnmower. The grass, she fertilized the grass over here and it's really growing. It's gotten quite tall. She said she's gonna cut it this morning. I was thinking, well, is that little battery powered lawnmower gonna be strong enough to cut this heavy grass? Boy, it's whizzing along like an electric fan there, ain't it? I think it just speeded up. It's doing a good job, ain't it? It's doing a good job on that heavy grass, ain't it? Look at that. Huh. It just speeded itself up automatically too. I wonder if it's designed to automatically control the engine speed when the grass is thicker. That is. Huh? It's doing a great job though. That is so cool. is pretty neat. I love that. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is, yeah, I don't know. I start saying maybe what I'll do is leave this alone, because find out what she wants to do, whether she wants to invest. I think she said a battery for this thing is like $150 or something. So, but I suppose maybe. Maybe some wires got awful hot, but maybe I could stretch this over here and sort of get a little bit of a connection onto this. Let me play that. Put it back on this charger and charge it some more, because I'm not sure where it was, how much charge it got from this before. But anyway, and she wants me to put a new switch on that, so I'll look around, see if I got one. If I don't, I'll go get one at some point and put a new switch on that. Okay, so I'm gonna walk away from that project for the moment, and I might either cut some grass or wash this car. We'll see. So I'll do one more follow-up on this thing before we walk away from it. I charged this with that battery tender charger thing, and when it was hot and I put it on there and I jumped fire across these 2 points, it did spin the motor over. Zoom, 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 but not very long. So I talked to the person that owns this. She's gonna buy one of these batteries. So yeah, so what I'm gonna do is find her another ignition switch to replace that with, and then we'll go from there. So I went to the store and I got me a starter switch. This doesn't require a key. It's just a push button. You push it and it starts, and you let it go and it doesn't start. What it does is when you push the button, it connects these 2 points together. This key start in here basically did the same thing. Here's what's left of it, and there's nothing inside. All the insides fell out. The only difference between this and that is on that one you turn it, makes a connection. When you let it go, it springs back. This does the same thing without the key, and it's a lot heavier switch. It's about the same size, so it should literally fit right in the same hole. In fact, I'm willing to bet that this threaded end here, let's see, that may be a little smaller, but I think this will fit the hole. Let's take a look and see. And if it will, we'll just slip it right in there. I might have to drill that hole out a little bigger, but we can do that if we need to. So what I'm gonna have to do is make this hole a little larger so that this will fit into it. I think I got a drill bit big enough to do that. Let's go have a look and see. Now before I do this, I want to change the wiring so that the wiring will attach to these 2 nuts here. So what I'm going to do is take this part, that's the plug for the old one, and I'm going to probably cut the wire and put 2 little things that'll fit on that screw-in thing there. So, this may unplug, I don't know. Well, let's see how that works. Okay, so I've replaced the switch with this here, and you can see how that works. That's actually turning over pretty good with that battery. Well, not great. So when she gets a new battery, that should be fine. Okay, I'm gonna call that fixed and take it back home.